Hello everyone, welcome to the yarn bowl. Today in this video I'm very excited to show you how I crocheted this cardigan, the Harris style cardigan, the exact replica of the original knitted version. We all know that this Harris style cardigan stormed the internet and was trending everywhere, that the original designers J.W. Anderson themselves came forward and shared their knitting pattern on the internet. So I adapted that knitting pattern and created my own version of Harris style cardigan, which is the crocheted version. This was the beast of the project that I've ever worked with, and it took me forever to complete this project. I researched a lot to match each square with that of the knitted version. Come on, let's see how I created this crocheted version of Harris style cardigan. Meanwhile, if you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the yarn bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So for this project I used basic stitch premium yarn, and these are the color schemes and number of skeins that I used for this project. So we'll start with the yellow swatch, which I'm using with the saffron color scheme. So I start with chain 23. So work chain 23 with 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, and then I'm going to work 1/2 double crochet on the second chain from the hook, and I'm going to work 1/2 double crochet in each chain across. So for row 2 I'm going to chain 1, turn, and then I'm going to work 1/2 double crochet on the same stitch on both the loops, and then I will work 1/2 double crochet on the back loop of the next stitch. So you can see front and back loop. I'm going to pick up the back loop and I'm going to work 1/2 double crochet on the back loop, and then I will work 1/2 double crochet on the front loop of the next stitch. So from now on I'm going to alternate between 1/2 double crochet on the back loop of one stitch and 1/2 double crochet on the front loop of the next stitch till the end, and in the last stitch I will work a regular half double crochet, that is the half double crochet on both the loops. So keep working half double crochet on the front loop and half double crochet on the back loop, and then the first and last stitch we will pick up both the loops and work 1/2 double crochet. So keep working this way. I'll meet you at the end of this row. And I'm at the end of this row, and then for the last stitch I'm working both loops together, and then we'll proceed with row 3. From row 3 to row 13, which is the last row of our square, I'm going to repeat row 2. That is, I will work a chain 1, turn, and then I'm going to work 1/2 double crochet on the same stitch on both the loops. Then I will alternate between 1/2 double crochet on the back loop of one stitch and 1 half double crochet on the front loop of the other stitch, and then in the last stitch I will work a regular half double crochet which I will work on the both the loops. So keep working this way until row 13. I will meet you at the end of row 13. So here we are at the end of row 13, and this is how our square looks. And I'm going to work my last stitch, and then I will work a slip stitch and fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing in my squares together. So we will need to crochet about 14 yellow squares. Next we are going to work the green square, the green swatch. So for this I am using the color Ivy in basic stitch premium yarn, and then I'll be using moss stitch for this, and I'm using 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. So for row 1 I will work a chain 25. And once I've worked chain 25, I'm going to work one single crochet and chain 1 on the third chain from the hook. And then I'm going to skip one chain, and then I'm going to work single crochet, chain 1 on the next stitch. So I'm going to repeat this till the end. I'm going to skip one chain, and then I'm going to work one single crochet and chain 1 on the next stitch till the end, and then I'm going to work one single crochet on the last stitch. So I'm going to work one single crochet and the last stitch. So we are done with our row 1. Let's start with our row 2. For row 2 I'm going to work chain 2, and then I'm going to work single crochet, chain 1 in the chain 1 space of the previous row. So again I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 1 on the chain 1 space of the previous row. So keep working this way till the end for row 2. So keep repeating this pattern till the end, and in the last stitch we'll be working one single crochet. So from now on, from row 3 to row 24, we are going to repeat row number 2. So we'll work altogether 24 rows for this square. So we are just going to repeat 2 until row 24. So keep working this way. We'll meet you at the end of row 24. So here it is, our green square is now ready, and after finishing the last stitch, I'm gonna work a slip stitch and fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing in the squares together. So we will need about 14 green square for working this cardigan. So use this pattern and work 14 green squares for our cardigan. Next we are going to work the orange swatch. So for this I'm using the color Cayenne in basic stitch premium yarn, and I will be working with 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I'm going to use a pattern, the even moss stitch for this orange square. So for row 1 I'm working chain 22. So once I've worked chain 22, I'm going to work a slip stitch on the second chain from the hook, and then I'm going to work 1 half double crochet on the next stitch. I'm going to work 1 half double crochet on the next stitch, and then I'm going to work 1 slip stitch on the next stitch. So I'm going to repeat between 1 half double crochet on one stitch and then slip stitch on the next stitch till the end, and the last stitch is going to be a slip stitch. So once that is done, I'm going to work a chain 1 and turn. That will be the end of my row number 1. So I'm done with my row 1. For row 2, I'm gonna slip stitch on the first stitch, and then I'm gonna work a half double crochet on the next stitch, and then I'm gonna repeat this slip stitch on one stitch and then half double crochet on the next stitch till the end, and the last stitch is gonna be a slip stitch, and then I'm gonna work a chain 1 and turn my work. and that's the end of my row number 2. So from now on, from row 3 until row 24, we are just gonna repeat row number 2. So we'll work altogether of 24 rows for this orange square, and we are just gonna repeat row number 2. So keep working this way. I will meet you at the end of row number 24. So here we are at the end of row number 24, and once we have worked row number 24, I'm going to work a slip stitch and leave a long tail for sewing. So we will need about 12 of these squares for working our cardigan. So go ahead, use this pattern and work 12 orange squares. So next we are going to use a pattern called Houndstooth stitch for working our red and black square. So for the starting row, I'm using a red yarn, and then I will be working chain 22 with my 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. And then once I've worked chain 21, I'm gonna work a single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I'm gonna work a double crochet on the next chain. So I'm gonna alternate between one single crochet on one stitch and one double crochet on the next stitch till the end. So keep working this way till the end. And now I'm gonna change my yarn color to black, and then don't cut your yarn for this pattern or the square. We are just continuously going to use both the yarns together. We'll see how. Once you've changed the black yarn, work a chain 1, turn, and then one single crochet on the same stitch by holding all the yarns together. So we are going to work with our working yarn, and then we are going to work a single crochet, and in the same way we are going to work one double crochet on the next stitch, and then I'm going to work one single crochet on the next stitch and one double crochet on the next stitch. So keep alternating between one single crochet on one stitch and one double crochet on the next stitch till the end by holding both the yarns together. once I'm done with row 2, then I'm going to change my color to red again. Since we are holding and working both the yarns together, it shouldn't be a problem. We need not attach or knot it. We can just continuously work with the both the yarns, and I'm going to work a chain 1 turn, and then holding both the yarns together, I'm going to work 1 single crochet on the same stitch, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet on the next stitch. So I'm going to alternate between 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and 1 double crochet on the next stitch till the end. So for one row I'm going to work with red yarn, and the other row I'm going to work with black yarn until we reach row number 13. So we'll be working a total of 13 rows, alternating between the two colors of yarn. So we'll have a patterned outcome while when we work this way. So we'll meet you at the end of row number 13. So this is how our work looks like so far. This is called the houndstooth stitch, and we'll need about 12 squares of this pattern. So keep working this pattern and work 12 squares, and once we are done with this, work a slip stitch and cut the yarn, leaving a long tail. Next we can work the black swatch. Since it's hard for me to show you with the black yarn, I'll be showing the same pattern, the same swatch, using a teal color yarn. But actually we are going to work with the black color yarn and a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. And for row 1 I'm going to work a chain number 22, and then I will be working 1 single crochet on the second chain from the hook. So keep working, chain 22, and once you've done chain 22, I'm going to work one single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I'm going to work one double crochet on the next stitch, and then I'm going to work one single crochet on the next chain and one double crochet on the next chain. So keep alternating between one single crochet in one stitch and one double crochet on the next stitch till the end. So our square should start and end, the row should start and end with a single crochet. And once you're done with row number 1, for row 2 we are going to chain 1 turn, and then I'm going to work one single crochet on top of previous row single crochet, and then one double crochet on the top of previous row's double crochet, and just we are going to repeat this till the end, and then for the last stitch I'm going to work one single crochet. So from now on, that is from row 3 to row 10, we are just going to repeat row number 2. So keep working this way till row number 10. So we are just going to repeat this pattern till row number 10. That is, we are just going to follow row 2 until the row number 10. So this gives you nice texture, and whatever I have done with the steel color yarn, you are going to work with the black color yarn. So this is one of my squares in black. So we will need a total of 10 black squares with this pattern for our cardigan. So for this sample pattern, I'm using basic stitch yarn, and it's a 4-ply yarn. So I'm using this for a project, so I've chosen this yarn, and I'm using this Tunisian crochet hook, which is 6mm. I purchased this hook for an afghan, but I don't really like this hook because it creates a squeaking noise with my yarn. You can see this, which I don't like. I'll soon be replacing it with a good metal hook. So let's see how to crochet this Tunisian pattern using this hook. So we'll go ahead, work a slip knot, and then we will work 20 chains. Now that we've worked 20 chains, we will go ahead and create our forward pass. For this, we are just turning our chains backwards like this. We are going to skip the first chain from the hook and insert your hook into the second chain like this. Grab the yarn, pull through the loop, and then we are going to do this for every single chain till the end. So the squeaking noise that it creates is kind of uncomfortable, so just keep working this way, and you can see the V's that are created at the bottom. Just keep 2 loops on every chain on the top and insert the hook through each chain, pull up the loop and gather all your loops on the hook. That's why we need a long needle to work through all these loops. Now that we have created our forward pass, we can work on our reverse pass. For that, for the first loop, we always yarn over, pull through only one loop, and then rest all we are going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops for a reverse pass, and then we're going to do that till the end. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Only for the first loop we're gonna yarn over and pull through only 1 loop. Rest all other loops we are going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops till the end. Now our reverse pass is done. This is how our work looks at the end of row 1. Now you can see the bumps on each stitch. So we are going to work through these bumps, forward bumps. So I'm going to insert my hook and through one of those bumps and then pull up the loop. And we are going to do that for every single bump till the end. And then insert your hook through the bump, pull up a loop. Yarn, and then insert your hook through the bump, grab the yarn, pull up the loop. Insert your hook through the bump, grab the yarn, pull up a loop. So you're going to gather all these loops on your hook for our forward pass again. So keep working like this till the end. So we are going to insert our hook onto the last loop. And for that we are going to go through both the loops. Now we are working on the reverse pass. Yarn over, pull through only 1 loop for the first loop, and then rest all we are going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops till the end. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops till the end. So now we are done with the second row. So we're going to basically repeat this over and over again until our desired length. So I'm going to do this for my third row. I'm going to work through the bumps and then pull up a loop and hold all my loops on the hook, and then I will work a reverse pass again. So only whenever you're coming for the reverse pass, only for the first loop you're going to yarn over and pull through only 1 loop, and then rest all other loops you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So keep working this way for the desired number of rows until your desired number of rows is reached. So keep working this way through forward and backward passes. So here we are at the end of 16 rows of forward and backward passes, and this stitch texture is very good and looks like a knit. That's the beauty of Tunisian crochet. It creates a knit effect. This is the back side of my work. It looks like the knitted pearl stitch, and the work is not so thick, and it has a wonderful texture to it. So here I am done with all my squares. All my squares measure about 14 centimeter cross 14 centimeter, and I've given you the count of how many squares we will need down below in the description. So I would need about 14 yellow squares, 12 orange squares, 14 green squares, 10 black squares, 10 red squares, and 12 houndstooth pattern. So we'll need about all of these for our cardigan. So you can follow any sewing pattern to sew in these squares together. So I've adapted the same pattern for attaching this square from the original J.W. Anderson's pattern. So that's how I'm going to attach all my squares. So I started joining my squares in. I'll show you a picture of how I'm going to join these squares together. For now, I'm just showing you how I'm joining these squares with the tapestry needle. So once I've joined these squares in, I will be pulling out the yarn that I'm the working yarn here on the top, which is on the right side, to create a tassel like they've said in the original pattern. So all the intersections will have this tassel. So I'm working this way, and I will work the tassels too. So if you want to the stitches to be on the right side, you can work that as well. Otherwise you can work behind, which is the wrong side. And so in the original pattern, they've worked the stitches on the right side. So that means the stitches will show up in the front, which is the right side. So I don't want that way. So I've worked my stitches on the wrong side. So let's go ahead, attach the squares and join them together. This is how I'm going to join my squares. This is the front and back part, which I've adapted from the J.W. Anderson's knitting pattern. So now we'll crochet the front and back ribs. So for that I'm using 4mm crochet hook, and I will work in the red color yarn. And starting, I'm working the handcuffs. So for that I will work a chain 11, and once I work chain 11, I'm going to work one single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I will work one single crochet till the end. And for row 2, I'm going to work a chain 1 turn, and then I'm going to work one single crochet on back loop of each stitch till the end. So I'm just going to pick up my back loop, and then I'm going to work one single crochet, and then I'm going to do this till the end. So I'm going to follow the same pattern, that is the row 2, which is chain 1 turn and then working one single crochet on the back loop. So I'm going to follow this until I reach row number 10. So I will need 2 of these handcuffs. So work 2 of these handcuffs. So I will need 2 of them. So keep following this pattern and work 2 handcuffs. So I've worked one of my handcuffs, and I'm using the tapestry needle. Once you've worked your last row, leave a long tail, work a slip stitch, and then fasten off. And I've attached one of my hands, and this is how it looks. At the bottom you will have 4 squares, and it will have 3 rows. And you can also measure your bottom part of the square, and then work the same length of handcuff. And then I have one more hand here, which I've already attached the handcuffs, and this is how it looks. We'll be sewing in everything later once we are going to attach everything together. So work 2 of these handcuffs and then attach them to the hand part. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other hand as well. So next we can start working the front and back rib panel. To do this, I'm going to measure my front rib and back rib. I'm just going to crochet the exact length of it. So for this I'm using the red color yarn and 4mm crochet hook. So I'll show you how I'm going to work my front panel. So I don't have any number of rows. I just measure the number of the length, and then I'm working the rows until I reach that length. So for the one panel I'm going to work chain 14, and then I work one single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I work one single crochet on each chain till the end. and then I'm going to work a chain 1, turn, and then I'm going to work 1 single crochet on the back loop of each stitch till the end, just exactly like how we worked the handcuffs, but only thing is we are going to chain 14 here and start off. So I'm going to work this rows until I reach the length of my front panel, and then I'm going to follow the same pattern and measure the length of my back panel, back part of my cardigan, and then I'm going to work the back panel exactly till the length of that back panel. So here I have crocheted 2 front panels and then 1 back panel. So I'm going to sew them to the front and back part of my cardigans exactly like how we've sewed in the handcuffs. So the front panel, and then the back panel will be the twice the size of the front panel. So this is one of my front panel, and I'm gonna this is one of my front part, and I'm gonna attach my front panel to that and then sew them together. And this is my back part, and then I'm gonna attach my back panel to that the exact same way like how we have sewed in the handcuffs. This is how I've put in all the pieces together, and while crocheting the top part, I will crochet I will sew in and then leave this for attaching the collar. So I will just sew in the quarter part of the square where I'm going to attach my collar and leaving the front part open for attaching the button bands. So this is where I will be attaching the button bands. So the top part, these 2 squares, I'm just gonna sew quarter part of this and then attach my collar. So and then we are going to sew in the hand and side part of our cardigan together. So this is the hand, and then we'll be sewing them together. Next we can start working the collar. For that I'm using the red yarn and my 4mm crochet hook. I will work a chain 24, and then I'm gonna work 1 single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I will work 1 single crochet till the end. This is the same way we've worked our front and back panels. It measures about 18 centimeters, and then only thing is number of chain counts that we follow here for the collar is 24. So keep working 1 single crochet on each chain till the end, and then once I've done that, I will work a chain 1, turn, and then I will work 1 single crochet on the back loop of each stitch till the end. So I'm picking up my back loop and then I'm working 1 single crochet till the end. So like the same way I've measured measured the top part where I will be sewing in my collar, and I worked exact length. So I've crocheted about 90 rows for my collar. And see, I've sewed quarter portion of my top part, and I will be sewing in the collar around like this. So once you finish your last row of the collar, leave a long tail and then work a slip stitch and fasten off. So we'll be using the same yarn, and then I will be attaching it to the cardigan. I'll be working like this and then sewing in the collar. So you can see that while attaching the collar, I have folded a little bit of this first square in the front on both sides where the collar gets attached, and then I will be sewing the back part like this. Once we've worked our collar, we can sew in the hand and side part of our cardigan. So I'm just using the red yarn to sew them together. So we are going to follow the same way like we've sewed in the squares. So keep working and then attach the sides and hands together. Next we can start working our button bands, which will go in the front on both the sides. So I'm going to start working the button band that we attach the button, that is the one without the holes. So thumb rulers, I've measured the front part of my cardigan and I've worked exact chains according to the measurement. So if you're working with a different type of yarn or different type of crochet hook, you can use this tip to how you're gonna work. So for this I'm using the color Coastal, which is a blue color, for working my button bands. So I'm using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook for working my button bands. So and then I will need some buttons to attach to this band. So I've bought some black buttons. So these are the buttons that I'm going to attach it with the band, and I will be using a black yarn and a tapestry needle to attach it. So for row 1 I have worked chain 64, and then I'm going to work one single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I will work one single crochet on each chain till the end. So for row 2 to row 4, I'm just gonna work a chain 1 turn, and then I'm gonna work one single crochet on each stitch till the end. So keep working the same thing till you reach till the end, and then I'm gonna follow the same thing, the row 2, which is chain 1 turn and work one single crochet on each stitch till the end for row 3 and row 4 as well. And then once you've worked row 4, fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing in our button bands to the cardigan. Next we can work the button bands with the buttonholes. So for this again I'm working chain 64 and then I will work one single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I will work one single crochet on each chain till the end. For row 2 I'm going to chain one turn and then I'm going to work one single crochet on each stitch till the end. So keep working one single crochet on each stitch till the end. For row 3 I'm going to work chain one turn and then I will work one single crochet on the first stitch and then I will work a chain 2, skip 2 stitches and then I will work one single crochet on next 7 stitches. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then again I will work chain 2, skip 2 stitches and then I'm going to work one single crochet on next 8 stitches and then chain 2, skip 2 stitches. I'm going to do this 5 times. That is, I work one single crochet on 8 stitches, chain 2, skip 2 stitches. Repeat this whole thing 5 times and then I work one single crochet on the last stitch. This is it for row number 3. For row 4 I'm going to chain one turn and then I'm going to work one single crochet on each stitch till the end, which means I will work 2 single crochet on the chain 2 space, one for each chains. So keep working this way till the end, and then once you're done with that, fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing in the panel to your cardigan. So we can start sewing in the panels to the cardigan. So make sure that the V part of your row is not attached to the cardigan, which it's on the other side. So the row that doesn't have the V should be attached to the cardigan. So if you want, you can stretch your panel and align it with your cardigan and put some sewing pins if you are like very new to attach them using a tapestry needle. This will help you to align the panel and the cardigan together, and otherwise if you are expert in sewing, you need not use the sewing pins. Otherwise I would advise you to attach the panel and the cardigan together with the sewing pins and then start sewing in the panels. So if you see, the V should not be on the cardigan side, it should be on the other side. I've sewed in the band with the buttonholes, and then I will fasten off and then weave my ends. The same way you're gonna sew in the button bands without the holes as well. So now it's time for us to attach the buttons to the button bands. So I'm going to attach them exactly the spaces where we have the buttonholes, and I'm using the black yarn and a tapestry needle to attach it. So, and then my sides are seamed, and here it is, our beautiful Harry style cardigan, which is an exact replica of the original pattern. You can see in how the squares matches with that of the original pattern, and the stitches also matches with that of a knitted version. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.